You're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast, and we wanted to come back with you. Joshua Williams getting ready for back-to-back Super Bowls. And folks, I want to tell you just about an incredible young man. I mean, I'm a San Francisco 49er fan, there's no doubt about it. But, when you get an opportunity to hear about someone coming out of the HBCU, but the story even goes more than that. And Josh Williams, I mean, he's a special person. You hear me? Will always say, you've been chosen, you are God gifted. This young man was chosen to do this. He was chosen, predestined before the foundation of the world. And when you look at the steps that him and his father went through, as we talk about George Williams, and you hear me talk about fatherhood and the importance of fatherhood, the importance of NFL, having African-American NFL coaches. Well, the story as it went on, as Joshua Williams' mother had passed away. And we talk about Fayetteville State. And here's the honor and commitment of looking at where this young man could have went to school, and what he chose to do was honor his mom and attend Fayetteville State. And that really, really hit home for me. And I look at his father, and he comes from St. Kitts, carries the Nevis flag. I mean, you look at a man who has a business administration degree. I'm talking about his father. Okay, not only did he take on the responsibility of education, he took on the responsibility of raising a son. And he knew, as I looked at the story, when the young man was coming up and he had a dream and he said, Dad, I'm going to play in the NFL. Okay, this wasn't something that just appeared and later on. I mean, this young man played in the NFL. He was doing this predestined when he was telling them at an early age, this is what I'm going to do. And folks, that's a rarity. And I started going back a little bit further, and I looked at it, okay, here's a 4th round draft pick. And coach, when guys pick 4th round, that's not a big deal in the NFL. But when I looked at the Kansas City Chiefs, and I looked at the Hunt family and the history of the NFL and what they stand for is with the merger of the NFL. And then I look at how they treated Joshua Williams on draft day. And I'm going to play this for you because this is something that was special, touched my heart, because normally when you get out of the 1st or 2nd round, they move on. Everybody's back on the planes. Everybody's on the jets. They're headed back. This call and this draft room call was way different than any other call that I ever heard, and I've heard a lot of them. So I want you to take a listen, and you're going to start out with the defensive coordinators, Coach Spags. You're going to get to Andy Reid. You're going to get to president, chairman, owner, Hunt. You're going to get to the general manager. They are so elated, okay? And this is what happens when you follow kingdom principles. They got the man that they knew they wanted, and that's so impressive, and I want you to listen to what they have to say.
Josh, how you doing today? Fired up?
What's going on, Coach? Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, good. Listen, I'm anxious to get you back in the building. You impressed all of us when you were here last time, right? You didn't forget how to get here, did you?
No, I still remember how to get here.
You'll be able to figure it out. Well, you'll be here in another week or so.
Joshua,
How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Man, fantastic.
Good. You have some people at the house, or is everybody?
Yeah. Me and my family, yeah.
Well, congratulations to everybody. You in particular, but everybody.
Hey Joshua, how you doing?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Are you excited to be a Chief?
Man, I can't tell you how happy I am.
Yeah, well, we're excited to get you. I was just talking to our defensive coaches, and they really enjoyed the chance they had to visit with you, and are looking forward to coaching you when you get here.
Yes, sir, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to work.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I look forward to meeting you maybe here in a week. We've got a rookie mini camp coming up, and it'll be a pleasure to meet you in person and welcome you to camp.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Josh, how's it going?
I'm excellent.
You doing good?
Yes, sir.
We were just talking a few minutes ago how much we enjoyed following you through this process and at the All-Star games, and then having the chance to bring you here to Kansas City, meet with you. You certainly left a great impression. And when we got up this morning, we were talking through our game plan. You were the name that kept popping up. So we're just super excited that we're able to select you here, and wanted to congratulate you and wish you wish you all the best here in Kansas City, man.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
That's how it works, folks. That's how it works. When you have been chosen and you are God-gifted, the entire organization, from the president to the general manager to the owner to the head coach to the defensive coordinator to the position coaches, they all said, Joshua Williams is our guy. Now, here's the deal with that specialist, because he's got to go up against the San Francisco 49ers. And, of course, there's no doubt, you know what? I mean, it's like my heart split, but you guys know I'm a 49er fan. But let me tell you about how this young man plays ball, because I had to go back and I had to scout him out. I had to take a look at him. One of the things, he's a top-heavy cornerback, okay? He really can play safe. He can play all four of them, really, if he had to. But he's a top-heavy, which means top-heavy cornerbacks, they like to go through pad level, okay? So this guy's going to pop you in the pad. So trying to block Joshua Williams, that's a problem. That's going to be a problem for Debo. That's going to be a problem for McCaffrey, because this guy goes pad level. And when I say pad level, he's going to pop you up top and go right through you to get to the tackle. Now, San Francisco 49ers, it's a tough test for him because he's seen them before, okay? And you know, the thing about it is he's coming off of a Super Bowl, so, they're playing. But I told you earlier, okay, the angels from heaven, from Carolina, opened up and let us have Christian McCaffrey. Man, that's a load to get on the ground. So I'm looking at this Super Bowl, and the more I look at it, of how much of a major role Joshua Williams is going to have to play. Okay, now the other thing I noticed about him as a defensive back, and for you guys that are going to the Legacy Bowl, I mean, I'm breaking this down. He can get out of breaks really fast. I mean, this guy can drop his hips, okay? And one of the things of being a defensive back that you got to is you got to have flexible hips. So he can go flexible hips, and he can get out of his breaks really fast, and he can attack the football, okay? And he's physical about it, and I will tell you this, he is the most loving person I have ever seen off the field, but when he steps between the lines, okay, when it's lights, camera, action, okay, that young man is going to man up, and it's going to get physical, because the 49ers are going to run the ball. And without Joshua Williams, I'd say the Chiefs have no chance of winning the Super Bowl. I repeat, without Joshua Williams from Fayetteville State, HBCU, the Chiefs have no chance of winning the Super Bowl. And let me tell you what's going on, because they're going to have to get these guys on the ground. And the 49ers, we love the yak. Okay, I'm not talking about the Hennessy and that kind of yak. I'm talking about the yards after the catch. Okay, they will get you to miss that first tackle and add on another 15. Joshua Williams can get him to the ground. Now, he has that physical ability to get off blocks, because the 49ers like to run bubble screens. So them coaches, man, they're in there, they're telling them what they're going to run. And, folks, this is actually the 49ers against the 49ers. I mean, I know it says 49ers against the Kansas City Chiefs, but Andy Reid, I mean, come on, man. That's Mike Holmgren's guy. Okay, Mike Holmgren's 49ers. I mean, we're all connected. So we're all going to run all this fancy stuff, but at the end of the day, okay, somebody's going to have to stop the 49ers offense. And the Chiefs are going to have to get super physical. And here's the other thing that I know Joshua Williams can do. He can play 60 minutes. Now, it's going to take all his other guys, because them DBs out there, man, let me tell you something, man. These guys are hitters. These guys will crack your head open on the Kansas City defense, and the Niners are coming to crack your head open. Patrick Mahomes is coming to let it go. And you know what? You know what you got in this game, this Super Bowl? And Money Mike always likes to throw out a cliche or something that's new. What you got in this, you got Brock Purdy is American apple pie. And on the other side, okay, of Kansas City, you have Patrick Mahomes, and that's sweet potato pie, okay? So that's what you got. You got the American pie, which is Brock Purdy, against the sweet potato pie, okay, which is Patrick Mahomes, okay? And that's what's going to make the flavor good, because Patrick Mahomes, we know about him. Now, Purdy, he came with the it factor. So Joshua Williams, you're going to have to be on your game. Man, you's a superstar. I'm telling you, I'm blown away. I cannot tell you enough. It's more and more and more I go in this story, because the young man is humble. He's humble. But, man, you get these humble guys. I played with a guy over there that's a humble guy right now. He's in North Carolina. He's an associate athletic director at Wake Forest University. You know, Dr. Dwight Lewis, known as D.D. Lewis when we played together. He's a humble man. But when he stepped between the lines, okay, when Joshua Williams stepped between them lines and he goes pad level up, okay, so you guys ain't coming at his knees, and if you come at him, man, this cat's strong enough. He going to pop you and knock your block off, okay? He going to make the tackle. Now, they're going to need him to make a whole lot of tackles. He made a couple tackles last game. They're going to need a whole lot of people to bring down the Niners, because the Niners, folks, that's another story for another day. We got some unfinished business with Kansas City, with Jimmy G overthrowing the pass and everything. We got unfinished business, so we're going to handle it. We're going to do what we need to do. But we also understand that Joshua Williams, man, that guy can play football, and them DBs, they ball hawks. So it's going to be a game. But I just wanted to break that down. And when I talk about all things are possible to those who believe, when I talk about you have been chosen and you are God-gifted, this young man told his father, George Williams, this is what I'm going to do. His mom passed away, and this is about fathers, man. I tell you, I'm a day one father. So if you see, I told you, my daughter goes to Shaw University, you see, I'm going to be right with her. Okay, every step she takes, if she gets involved in coach, I'm going to be right with her. Just like Mike Shanahan going to be right there with Kyle. Okay, just like George is right there with Joshua. Okay, you got to be that as a father. Okay, that's the importance of an African-American male, understanding your duty and responsibility as a father. You got to support him from day one, and you got to finish the task. So you're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast, and I'm bringing it to you. Joshua Williams will have to play a major role in Super Bowl, and Joshua Williams is going to go up against Debo Samuel and Christian McCaffrey. And you all throw in Kittle, that's a load, folks. So it's going to be, can the Kansas City Chiefs tackle the San Francisco 49ers? Because if they can't tackle the Niners, they ain't going to win the game. So you enjoy. We'll see you soon.